This is KGW News at noon.
I saw, 83 people right in front of me get hit.
That woman was in the crowd when an SUV plowed through a Christmas parade in Wisconsin yesterday. More than 40 people were hurt and at least 5 people were killed. Hello, I'm Drew Carney. We start today's News at Noon with an update on that story. Police say they have a person of interest in custody. His name is Darrell Brooks and he's from Wisconsin. Officials say an officer tried to stop the SUV when it drove through the barricades by firing his gun. They also say the bullets from that officer's gun did not hit any people in the crowd. And they're still trying to figure out a possible motive, but officials say there is a possibility that the driver was trying to get away from a knife fight. All right, back here in Portland now, Police Chief Chuck Lavelle addressed gun violence in the city over the weekend and the additional funding that will now allow the Bureau to hire more officers. The chief says he wants to start hiring those officers as soon as possible, but he also said this process is going to take some time. That's partly because the Bureau had to lay off its recruitment manager and other people directly involved in the hiring process a while back when budget cuts were made. The chief says he's now working to build back what he calls the hiring machine. It's been well documented how violent this year has been in Portland. There have been more than 1,100 shootings already in 2021. 57 of them have been deadly.
Their cases are important to us. The tragedy of losing a loved one to gun violence or in any other means is just devastating to a family.
The chief hopes to have a new focused intervention team working on city streets by early next year. That team will work to prevent shootings. And that would be in addition to the enhanced community safety team that's already working in the city. This next story is about Portland's graffiti issue, which has really only gotten worse since the start of the pandemic. And there's only one office in the city that follows up on graffiti reports. It's called the Office of Community and Civic Life. So they use their own staff along with contractors to actually paint over graffiti. They also say they really need business owners and the general public to report graffiti as soon as they see it so they can take care of it.
Since COVID began, we did see an increase. We saw more than, at its height, we saw work requests increase by more than 300%. We actually are back to our normal response rates, which is an average of 3 to 5 business days, which is different from the year before, which was 3 weeks.
You can report graffiti that you see on the city's website. That's portland.gov.
So everyone was hoping that this year would be a normal year, and it is not a normal year.
Yeah, we've done a lot of reporting lately on what has become a growing problem at some local schools. More fights and more in-class disruptions. It's a burnout factor for school staff. It's a reason for concern for parents, and of course, it can be harmful to students. So the question we're asking this afternoon is, what can be done about these issues? Well, school psychologists say districts need to focus on more support for students. And that support could be as simple as a reward system at the elementary school level where kids turn in tokens or tickets for a prize. Educators say districts also need to get input from school staff members when it comes to solutions.
I can guarantee you that educators, from bus drivers to classroom teachers, have lots of ideas for ways that we can improve what we have going on currently in schools.
Another issue that's making this student behavior problem difficult to solve is the ongoing staffing shortage at local schools. Next story this morning is up in Vancouver. The city of Vancouver has picked a site to put up small shelters for the homeless. It's called a Safe Stay Community. The area is just off Northeast 112th and SR 500, where right now there's an unsanctioned homeless camp, and the people living there will have to clear out before the end of this month. At that point, the city will bring in 20 small shelters, just large enough for 2 beds and some belongings. Those structures will have electricity, a small heater, and safety features like smoke detectors. The community will also have around-the-clock staffing and support services. And a lot of the people who are camping in that spot right now have already signed up to come back.
They're going to be helping with just, everyday life, like helping us find jobs, helping us, get the resources that we need. Some people, they're in different, everybody's in a different boat.
So for the next 2 weeks, Vancouver will listen to comments and concerns from people in the neighborhood around that site. But the city says it already plans to open this safe stay community before Christmas. A new cold weather shelter is now open in North Portland. Do Good Multnomah is operating this shelter in the Arbor Lodge neighborhood. People actually started moving in this past weekend. It will house about 70 people and provide a space for them to eat, shower, and use the bathroom. Outreach teams are getting out and talking to people who are living on the streets right now to let them know about this new option.
During the coldest nights of the year, when it's a severe weather status, we have a partnership with TriMet, and they will offer free service to anyone who needs to get to one of our severe weather shelters. And that's when the city and the county have declared a state of emergency for the weather event.
The shelter will be open until the end of April. If it's full, volunteers will help people find another shelter in the city. You can find more information and a link to donate supplies in this story on our website, kgw.com. Well, Leaf Day is underway in Portland. This year, PBOT is coming to 52 different leaf districts to clean up leaves, but in 10 of those districts, cars can't be on the road. They cannot, I should say, be on the road to make sure that the work that's needed can get done. So today, PBOT warns some cars will get towed because of Leaf Day, saying 200 to 300 cars get towed each year. And if your car does get towed, it's going to cost you a minimum of $291 to get it back. PBOT spokesperson Dylan Rivera says he doesn't want any cars to get towed, and he spoke about the importance of Leaf Day.
Efforts like Leaf Day clear the leaves off our streets. We even get some litter off our streets too, and that prevents these fall storms from causing additional street flooding.
All right, to see if, or I should say to see when, or if Leaf Day is coming to your neighborhood, you can visit portland.gov/Leaf Day. I'll say that one more time, Rod Hill. It's portland.gov/Leaf Day.
I like National Cheeseburger Day, but this Leaf Day seems like a big deal.
Yeah, it's not as tasty as Cheeseburger Day. You're right about that.
No, you know, it's a big part of our culture, right? It's time to get the leaves off of the roads as we get headed into the winter months. This is what we're looking at today. See, the thicker cloud band is offshore, and back in here is the main rain that comes in this evening into the Rose City. There's a little bit of rain starting to pick up along the Long Beach Peninsula, and interesting, Doppler radar is picking up. It's mostly a mid-cloud deck we have up top. It's picking up some traceable amounts of precipitation. I can't find anybody that's saying, yes, we have something, but I just point that out. Don't be shocked if you're driving, you notice a raindrop hit your windshield at some point this afternoon. This was sunny earlier this morning, but now the clouds are here to stay. That's Yaquina Bay down in Newport. 52 is the current temperature. When you get south of Portland, we've opened up some nice sun. So this is just south of Salem. Willamette Valley Vineyards camera looking out over the valley to the southwest, and you can see partly cloudy skies there. Still overcast in downtown. Our temperature is setting at a chilly 43. I think Portland probably stays in the 40s today. We should be dry overall through 4 o'clock. And then once we get into the evening, the rain chance starts to pick up. Pretty good batch of rain coming in tonight. We'll talk about that, and we will update your Thanksgiving weekend forecast coming up too.
All right, we look forward to that, Rod, here in just a few minutes. We are going to take a quick break here, though, at noon. When we come back, before Rod's full forecast, we're talking about vaccines. Not just about COVID vaccines. In fact, health officials are concerned right now about the flu shot. They say flu shot numbers are way down when it comes to young kids. But we're also talking about COVID, talking about booster shots for adults. Health experts weigh in on which two groups really need to get one.